Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of The Cleanup Crew. Before we go round and say hello to these wonderful faces around the screen, please take a second to check out the following links. Starting with our social links. There's no such thing as social distancing, I deny it. We are simply distantly socializing, and we can do so with these simple internet tools, including Discord. Head over to our Discord where you can come and talk about TTRPGs in a relatively safe space. Obviously, always use caution, but I'm fairly confident in my people over there. They're kind and welcoming, and they will gladly talk about TTRPGs with you. If you want to get into a game very much like this one, send me a DM on Twitter, and I will get you into a game. Lastly, if you don't want to be quite that interactive, but you want to check out a load of D&D content, then head over to the YouTube. We have thousands of hours of content over there in D&D and other TTRPGs. Michael Wayne, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome back. 17 months. It's getting to be a long old friend time. Long old 10. I believe we got to 11 retweets already. Yeah, we did. We'll be sorting that out very soon. Sponsors, please check out our sponsors. Hero Forge have just released the beta for their color tool over in Hero Forge 2.0, where you can make beautiful minis just like this one. This is not painted. This is a mini printed in color with colored resin. It looks like it's painted. Highly professional. If you are on the Kickstarter, you may have access to their beta color tool now. Also, check out our latest sponsor, Dungeon Fog, where you can go and check out all of your map-making needs. Create, share, and play beautiful, comprehensive maps. As you add elements to the map to populate them, your DM notes get populated dynamically as well. They have a free tool over there, so you can go and have a play. But if you like it, then you can sign up for their premium features with a 10% discount using our special code. Also check out the Deck of Many. The Deck of Many Things is a donation reward today. You can... would I throw this at players new to streaming? Of course I would. So feel free to throw those in. Also, Humblewood is a setting by the Deck of Many, where small woodland creatures try and stop the forest from burning down. You can catch that on Thursdays at 6 PM EDT. Last but most certainly not least, our longest running sponsor, Mage Hand Press. Mage Hand Press make expansions for 5e. If you like space and you like D&D, you should check out their Dark Matter expansion. But also you should check out all of their expansions, as they're currently having a 25% off sale on all of their PDFs to support distant socializing. You can check out their Faefolio expansion on Wednesdays at 6 PM EDT, as Mackenzie Lane DA runs Downside Up in that very expansion. That's it. That's all the sponsors. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. Let's go clockwise around the screen this week to Chantal B.
Hey, I'm Chantal B. You can find me at Chantal B on Twitter. I am a streamer. I am a writer. I am a storyteller and discusser of all things gaming and psychological. Come hang out and say hi to me. But also, I am here and I am playing Chicanery, the middle management confused changeling who is a cleric who is now confused because now they're middle management, but that doesn't seem high enough anymore in this world of business.
Tee is all I'm saying. I had nearly forgotten about that. Yeah, a bit of an upset last week. We'll talk more about that when we get around to Stella. Next around the screen, we have Stump at O-Stump. Welcome, Stump.
Hey, it's good to be back. It's been a while since I've been in the academy, but I'm glad to be here. You can find me on Twitter at O_Stump. And that's it. Today I will be playing Idomo Darkto, a halfling monk who likes to be called Owlbear because I'm bigger than I look. I'm massive.
I love it. It's great to have you back, Stump. It's great to have you back. Looking forward to seeing you play today. Next around the screen, we welcome Tamlin. Daniel, how you doing?
I had to make sure I was unmuted. I'm doing all right. This is my first time ever streaming, so at least, you know, at this level, shall we say. I've attempted it before, it didn't go well. But I do run Home games. I'm into year 3 of a home game with numbers here. And you may find me at Tamlin. That is spelled Tamlaeyn. It's a weird changeling world of darkness spelling from a LARP from years ago, and it works because no one has that name. So I find it works. But I've been playing TTP RPGs for quite some time, and today I will be playing a Goliath Ranger named Crawl Ballon. This goes by Crawl. He's literally the tall and silent type because he's made of, stone giant. His her heritage, as I recall. So that's me. Cool. Yes. You can find me on talking about little things like game content on Tamlin at Twitter. Yes.
Fantastic. We're glad to welcome you for your first time. We love that here. Last but most certainly not least, and also newest, kind of, Stella.
Hello. I am Stella Luna. I am a variety streamer here on Twitch. Today I will be playing Sigra. She is a half-elf bard who is upper middle management. Unfortunately, last time we had a loss to the party. My character True Death live. She's not coming back. And she was Chicanery's assistant / scribe. So we definitely have some different power dynamics going on here now. So I am technically her boss now.
I'm living for the power shift, living for it personally. Also, we had a true death last week, so there you go, everyone. Playing the encounters exactly out of the book, they can be lethal. Okay, don't think just because you're playing by the book that you're safe. You can still true death a player live on Twitch to everyone's surprise.
And I would also like to recommend do not use Constitution as your dump stat. Did not work out for me.
Last week. Stella!
Oh, yes.
How the tables do turn.
Okay, last week we started off with the half-orc that we rescued was put with our friend so that they could be safe from the clutches of DD. Dran Enterprises. And from there, we went to investigate the basement in the manor. And we found no baby horses, but we found demons. There was an unusual portal in which this fleshy monster came out, and it ate Celine whole. And then there were runes on the walls, and we messed up the runes, and then we killed a demon, another demon came, and then Sigra came out of another portal, and yep. And then, so after we dealt with that, when we left the basement, there were 2 hobgoblins, I believe, that were trying to be cleaners, Bilius and Tetris. And we managed to make them run for their lives instead of... it was a hostile takeover of their hostile takeover. And that is as much as I remember.
Indeed. And Stella, I just want to check in. That felt a little bit like talking through trauma. Are you okay?
Cue the, zooming in, black and white, transparent. No, I'm totally fine.
My old friend. Okay. At the end of the session, you were recalled to Waterdeep for reassignment. Phandalin had been dealt with. You had closed the thing. They were going to send another person out to Phandalin to sort out the Golden Goose enclave. Now, Secret Chicanery. Before we introduce this week's players, obviously, as no pressure, you two are holding up the storyline here. Is there anything that you would like to do in Phandalin before you leave? Are there any leads that you would like to follow? Is there anything that's piqued your interest that you want to resolve before you head back to Waterdeep?
Would Chicanery tell Sigra about the half-orc woman?
Yes, that's important.
Okay. Sigra would suggest that we take the half-orc woman with us and bring them back to Waterdeep.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, and
Yeah.
done. Oh, I can never remember his name. I just remember his voice. That's when you know you got a strong voice. Sildar, more than happy to let you take them back with you. No place safer than the cleanup crew, obviously. So you can head back with her. Okay. Is that everything that you would like to do before you head back to Waterdeep?
Yeah. Who was the bandit? What did he sell?
Eggs.
Eggs. I'd like to go buy some eggs before heading back.
Yeah, sure. Did I
Eggs
use
for the road.
Did I use an Irish voice for the?
It was a
Was that
very
Irish?
thick accent.
It
of
was either
something.
Irish or Scottish, and I don't remember which.
Yeah, I reckon it was Irish. 'Cause I don't remember doing a Scottish accent in this one yet. So, yeah, he'll gladly sell you some eggs. He
Thank you.
asks you politely. So, how did it go up at the manor?
Well, we saved the day as expected.
Oh. Is it comforting to you that you know, kind of you do this stuff without ask or thanks, or do you get like a wad of money or something? Is that why you do it?
No, there's a great deal of... If you do a really good job, you get a boop on
Oh.
your snoot.
I didn't realize it was that kind of arrangement. Is that like a demon or something? Is it a demon arrangement or?
No, dragon.
Oh, right. Well, well,
It's when a dragon's appreciative, they'll boop that snoot, and you'll take that and you'll live with that forever.
I heard that not everyone up at the place there was killed. Is that true?
Who told you?
Just got ways of finding things out, ain't I? It's a talkative place, the market. You know, everyone's gossiping about this or that. Latest thing on the wind is that, you know, that someone got out of the manor alive.
Some
Sigra
did, yes.
rows back her cloak, puts her hands on her hips, and says, "There were demons and we destroyed them. There is nothing that the cleanup crew cannot do." I also forgot my accent that I was using for this character. Just rolling with it.
Ah, right, well, good luck to you. It's a shame, actually. I was kind of getting close to that tiefling girl up there. You know the one. Do you know the one? I assume all you Acquisitions Inc. people, like, know each other, right?
What did you know about her?
Not a lot, really. Just said that her friend had a cool hideout up on the coast of Neverwinter, somewhere on the shore.
Oh, really?
Coast of Neverwinter.
Chicanery pulls out Celine's clipboard. Makes a note.
The rest of the transaction goes without incident. He doesn't know anyone anymore else, despite the fact that you may probe him further. He just simply says that he was a little sweet on her. Do you tell him that she lived?
Yes.
Cool. He's very pleased to hear that. Very pleased to hear that. Also, thank you very much, everyone, for all of these rewards coming in. This week, we enabled chat point rewards, and they are just pouring in. So at the moment, everyone has one advantage to use, and Stella has a nat 20. Heading back to Neverwinter, the half-orc that you saved will reveal that also the tiefling who survived had maybe some friends that weren't necessarily solid adventurers, but that's normal, right? Lots of bandits turn to, you know, adventurers when they're, you know, when they need things, stuff and things. You know, going straight, you go and join Acquisitions Incorporated, right? Easy. Thank you very much for the disadvantage as well, chat. Tee-hee-hee-hee-hee. Before we know it, before I know it, certainly, time's flying. It is time for your next round of interviews. These will be in-person interviews again. We are done with our Sending Stone killer, you meet person, entrepreneur, or Skype for sure interviews. Tenuous, but we got there. We're now in person again. Chicanery Segra, is there anything that you would like to do with your base? Before the interviews start, of course.
Chicanery will sweep the room and make it shine. They're back wearing their, like, shoulder pads. Not shoulder pads. Yes, shoulder pads. Sharp. They're back in their standard business wear. No leather over the top. Just the suit.
Just the suit.
Just the suit, and they go to sit at their desk and then kind of just look at Segra.
And Segra has double shoulder pads. They have a metal edge to them, so they look nice and sharp. Sharper than sharp. You could literally cut your finger on them. They glisten. Segra might even use a bit of minor illusion to add, like, lens flares that don't actually exist inside the room, but now they do. She says, "I'm prepared for the interviews. Chop chop."
Chicanery wishes they had spent time learning how to make their shoulder pads look sparkly too. And then they just kind of go and look outside the door.
And there is Edith. It's about that time. It's about meeting time. Kroll, Albert, would either of you be early or on time? Who would arrive first? And would you be early or late?
Kroll doesn't keep time, but he tries to be on time when he knows what that is.
And I promised my mom I was going to do my best to go straight, so I would have been here early. I'm going to be respectable, get a respectable job for my mom. So I'll be early.
Okay.
They are strange ways, but I will believe that I would be here on time.
Fantastic.
Whatever that means.
So Albert arrives first then. As Albert arrives, Edith will give you, Chicanery, and Segra a nod to let you know. And she heads over to the door to open it, and good morning. Are you here for the interviews?
Yes, I am. I'm here, yes, to get a job.
Perfect. Yes. Well, come on in. Take a seat. There's refreshments in the corner. She points to a barrel of water. And we'll get you in the meeting room in no time at all. They're just setting up.
Thank you very much. And I will go and look about for a cup. If I see a cup, I will use a cup. If not, I will pull my little tin cup from my meal kit out to my pack and pocket and get a cup of water.
There we go. Yeah, you can get yourself a cup of water. There's some like little plastic cups next to the barrel. They look useless, like maybe one use at most before they're useless. Secret Chicanery, do you make Owlbear wait? And if you do, would it wait long enough for Krull to turn up as well, or would you get them in nice and early?
Sigrid temples her hands together on the interview desk, looking at Chicanery. So, this is a test. What would you do in this situation? Would you make them wait?
I would make them wait to see how they react to waiting and doing nothing.
All right, let's make
And then
them...
I would rush them.
Oh, excellent. I like your spunk. We shall make them wait 30 minutes.
She likes my spunk.
So during that time, Kroll will also arrive. You get the same spiel from Edith. She welcomes you, tells you there's a water barrel in the corner. You are here for the interviews, I presume?
I am. I have been directed to be here. I am here.
Excellent. Yes, I'll take a seat. They'll call you in shortly. They're just getting set up. And
Thank you. I will just go sit somewhere, mind my own business.
as you do
Quietly.
sit down, Albert, Edith, I'm sure they'll be with you very shortly. They're just getting everything set up. New boss. So.
Well, I'm sure they're busy. I will be twirling a coin through my fingers as I wait.
Yes. You note that Kral will look at you and say, and greet you. I am Kral. You are a fellow employee, perhaps.
I am here for the interview. I'm going to get the job. I am Odom, or Edomo, but people just call me Owl Bear. Because I'm massive. 2.5 feet.
I was not going to say that, but if you
I'm
if
small.
that makes you happy, then yes, Albert, very good. Yes. Kral himself is about 6, almost 7 foot, gray skin Goliath, and yeah.
You're familiar, like me, being just so huge that it's
I get the
limited.
gist of what you're saying. Yes, good. I look forward to a possible job as well. I've done work like this before, off and on. We'll see.
I usually just work for Jimmy down out at the pub, but Ma wants me to get a respectable job.
I think that is worthwhile.
I think before we let them into the room, Seegra's gonna be like, I've got an idea. Let's make this interesting. And so there's gonna be 2 chairs, one for Chicanery and one for Seegra. And on the other side, there's gonna be 2 chairs, one for Owlbear, one for Kral. And Seegra uses minor illusion to summon the illusion of a cat. And it sits down on one of the chairs that the 2 of them are gonna occupy. All right, go ahead and let them in.
Both together.
Yes.
Okay. Chicanery slams open the door. Get in here, you're late.
Very well.
Of course.
After you, Albert.
I will. Thank you. And step through.
Follow in. Looking at the room, looking at the chairs. Do I see a cat?
It's a big unit. It's one of those really chunky, fluffy orange cats, and it's just sitting there and it's watching you silently.
Are the chairs the same size, or is there a larger one?
Did they know that we were both big? I wonder about that. Are they they're small chairs for both of us?
2 small chairs.
I said, I will walk up to the cat and lean down and sniff. Do I believe it's a cat?
No, it's a very low-level illusion spell. It's not real.
Look at you both, goes, nice touch. Hello, I am Crawl.
I am the
Question I
owlbear.
have. Do either of you just sit on the illusion? I have to ask.
I don't know if I need to roll for this, but I'm going to judge that perhaps that chair won't hold my bulk. And I don't want to break a chair in the new office. I will stand because I do not believe your chair will survive my self.
Us,
You
us
fight
big
chairs.
folks.
Yes, many times. There are stories to be told.
Us
Perhaps
big
not
folk-
now. Songs to be sung.
Us big folk are aware of this, and so we judge the chairs before we sit in them. So
It's true.
I will stand as well.
I believe I should offer a fist bump of solidarity to Owlbear. Booshk.
Oh my god, I love this so much.
So,
Sigrid does not appear amused.
So, what can the owlbear do for you?
Crawl stands there just at attention, awaiting your conversation.
What is your ideal vacation?
Looking at the owlbear?
Realm and someplace nice for Ma to go.
Define vacation. It is new concept. I understand the word, I believe. Something for fun, yes, to go and enjoy. I believe a nice excursion to the spine of the world for a hunt would be a very good vacation.
If you are stranded on an island and you could only have one item with you, what would you bring?
I look at the cat. No. I would want to bring my bow, and I have a large longbow on my back. That seems to be probably something I made myself.
Hair gel. Got to keep it looking good.
I am completely bald as a Goliath. I look at you going, all right.
Sigrid points to Owlbear. Yes.
Nice.
Takes notes. Takes notes.
Do we get them double shoulder pads?
No. No.
Got to work up for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Middle management.
Carl does seem impressed by the shoulder pads. A little bit small, might be intimidated just a touch.
Sigra finger guns both Owlbear and Crawl and says, "You've got to put in the hours. You'll get there eventually. I believe there will be a promotion in your future. You're hired."
Ooh,
Oh, we've gone down.
are we down
No,
again?
no, not according to my metrics. Are still good. I've still got a bit rate at least. Chat, can you see us? Are we good?
I'm gonna freeze.
Yeah, we can see you. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Oh, okay.
These pesky tech issues, we don't know if what's real anymore.
That happened when I mentioned shoulder pads. It's a curse.
I cannot say the SP word anymore.
Zip it.
Okay.
Instead, Chicanery takes a piece of paper from their clipboard and slams it down on the table, slides it across, and it says, "You're hired."
Does it light up and sparkle or anything, or just?
Ever so slightly, yes.
Oh.
There has been a use of glitter.
Oh, that gets everywhere. He backs up.
Is chicanery trying to fill the void that Celine has left? Oh! Okay, so, as if on cue, the door opens and Edith is there going, well, congratulations, come on through this way for orientation and then we'll get you off on your first mission very quickly. Come on through. And as you go through to the next room, you can see there are tables and chairs laid out. There is a box on the floor, which seems to be casting a very specific light spell on the wall, creating a white square. The white square is next to her desk, which is just piled high with documents and paperweights and banana skins and, you know, the desk from hell. There looks like there could be old sandwiches in there. Some parts of the desk look like they've been there so long they're developing life. You know, the finance department is already starting a nuclear war with the ordnance paperwork. It's a mess on there, absolute mess, teeming with life. Perhaps. She stands at the front and waits for you to be seated, and then clicks on a little device, and the square has suddenly gets writing in it saying, "Welcome to the cleanup crew." And Edith says, "Welcome to the cleanup crew." Click. Now, this is your first adventure. You'll be gaining experience, and we'll be getting you up the promotion ladder in no time. But this little orientation is to help you take the precautions that you need to be safe in the field. First of all, armor and weapons are provided. And she gestures to a closet nearby where you can see a spear leaning out of a slightly ajar door. Please make sure you're wearing the correct PPE at all times. It is necessary for your insurance coverage. Be careful with it, though. You will be charged for damages outside of regular wear and tear. Yes? There should be time for questions at the end.
Got it.
Lovely, thank you. We'll get you orientated, and then we'll pick up any of those questions. Yes. Now, you are new adventurers, which puts you at a fair amount of risk. You're going to be going to dangerous places, temples, dungeons, maybe wild places, and you should be on the lookout for, click, active adventurers. There is a picture of what looks like a barbarian in a horned helmet, with an axe in one hand and a blue potion in the other. Now, these adventurers are often looking for what they call encounters to gain experience themselves. They're often high on mana potions and will kill anything in sight. It's rumored that some of them are homeless, and this is their way of trying to come up in the world. The murder hobos, as it were. Try to avoid them. You can avoid them by using these following signs, but if you can't avoid them, just raise your hands and say, "I am not worth XP," and they should pass you by. These signs include, click, unlocked doors. There's a picture of a door with a jar next to it. Unlocked doors, a sure sign that adventurers may be around. If there's any locked doors in the vicinity, we'll make sure that you have the keys for them. Click, picture of a leg in a bear trap. Sprung traps, another clear sign that adventurers may be around. Okay, if there's sprung traps, surely a sign someone else has been through this section before you. Also, click, dead adventurers. There's a picture of a tiefling laying on the ground. It's like a stick man with horns and a tail drawn on, crosses for eyes. Dead adventurers, another sure sign there could be adventurers around. Do not be fooled. They will gladly leave their dead to collect on the way out of the dungeon. So be careful of that. And then she sort of looks a little guiltily at chicanery, as though she might have been a little insensitive. Click. Also look out for bloodstains, trails, limbs, and any other sort of things. Also check for discarded holy symbols or scattered holy symbols. Sure signs that clerics or paladins are losing faith. Please note that our insurance does not cover magical items or cursed items, so handle these relics at your own risk. Best practice, all items should be recorded and left for collection, unless expressly told otherwise. We'll give you some little ribbons. Just tie a little ribbon around it, let us know where it is, and we'll send a team out to collect. Now, all accidents, incidents, and damages must be recorded to the incident logbook. She gestures to her desk. This is going to be your first adventure. So have fun, but be careful. Now, I'm very sorry, Mr. Albert. You had a question.
Yeah, when you look this good, you don't cover it up with armor or that sort of stuff. We don't need to wear that, do we?
Please make sure you're wearing the correct protections. I assume then that perhaps you have some kind of ability that gives you unarmored defense, as long as you're protecting yourself. That's the wording of the
Much like Saint Arthur Fonzarelli, it just exudes off me, and nobody would even think of harming this hair.
Yes, of course. Any other questions?
Seagra leans over to Chicanery and says, "We should put in some orders for some hair gel. Keep some hair gel around the office."
Sounds good. Makes a note.
At the back of the room, you hear a clapping. You turn to see Omen Dran in your very orientation room, the head of the Acquisitions Incorporated company. Some say a god himself in the flesh in your building. I must say, this is very impressive. No wonder you have such a good turnover of new adventurers. It's something that we've never quite been able to get the hang of over at Acquisitions Incorporated. Chicanery, we've met. I don't think I've had the pleasure, though. He looks at Seagra.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm gonna do something. Sorry, that's gonna make y'all barf in your mouth. Okay, Seagra, looks over her shoulder, sees Omandran, probably instantly recognizes who it is, sits back, and then all of a sudden, in a single flourish, stands up, throwing the cloak aside, and then casts Mantle of Inspiration. As a bonus action, you can expend one of your bardic inspiration to grant yourself a wondrous appearance. When you do so, choose a number of creatures that you can see within 60 feet of you, up to a number, blah, blah, blah. Gain temporary hit points. Yes. I think it charges seductive fey magic in using this. And so all of a sudden you see these pink flower petals just kind of radiating out of her shoulder blades, and she says, "I am Seagra, the Unshakable. Welcome to the cleanup crew."
Yes.
Yeah.
Alluring.
Who's this guy? What's the big deal?
Albert, are you ready for the best minute of your life? This is none other than Omandran. Some say he's a god in business.
Omandran.
I have heard of this, yes. I have heard of this name, spoken in hushed tones. I think they were hushed tones. Are you a Goliath? Looking at the fact that Omandran does not have a hair on his head. You seem to be of stature.
Yeah, Omandran is heavily armored in Paladin's armor. He looks beautiful. A stunning complexion. I'm trying to find a picture of Omen. Yeah, I don't. But he's in heavy armor, long flowing blonde hair, a slight beard that hints at regality, but without being so far as to be preposterous. he takes one of the chairs at the back of the room, turns it around, and sits on it backwards, leaning on it. I'm very impressed with the little operation that you've got going on here. So impressed, in fact, that I want to make you all happy. I want you all to speak well of me to your boss, because I don't think it's any secret that your company seems to struggle with high-level adventurers. I won't talk about the mines of Phandalin. Maybe you guys don't know about that, but your boss certainly will, and we definitely struggle with interns. Our intern turnover has been staggering. However, you seem to do very well with them, and I feel like we could help each other out. So, here's my proposal. I would like to give you all a very easy job for a lot of pay. How does that sound?
Chicanery tries not to swoon. Probably still swoons.
All right, we can leave the details to our secretaries.
Oh, hardly any details at all. Hardly any details at all. I could go through them in a short amount of time. I imagine you're getting interested in the orrery and the timepiece and everything. Well, I would like you to go next to Neverwinter for me. It's a little way up the coast, but worth the journey, I promise. There is a contact in Neverwinter who has secured a cache of treasure for us. Her name is Opal Descart. You can usually find her in a tavern in the Black Lake district known as the Stable Quiver. She's a shapeshifter, so I can't say for sure what she'll look like. But you can suss her out when you locate her with the passphrase, "That's a big hen house." She should reply with, "Only to a small fox." And he winks at Chicanery when he says that. When you locate her, tell her that it's safe to move the cargo along the Platinum Road. And that's it. She'll give you the treasure to get out of Neverwinter safely, and the whole affair should take about a few hours. You can be on your way. You get the goods to me when you return, and I will pay you, 500 gold apiece up front?
As a new employee, Carl just stands there letting the upper management deal with the business.
I will give him a shoulder pop.
600 because
can
of
take.
travel fees.
Oh, please, record your expenses and we'll cover them all.
Up front. 600.
What can I say?
Wink.
I'm a sucker for a hard bargainer. Give me a persuasion check, Stella.
Oh, this is gonna be fine. Oh,
Do you know what? Seagra, I like your spunk. 600 up front it is.
excellent.
All right, well, we're getting close to 60 seconds. I need to get out of here. I've got lots to do, but this is nostalgic. This reminds me of me when I was starting up some time ago. I see big things in your future. Hopefully with the Inquisition's Incorporated crew, as well as the cleanup crew. I'll catch you around. He walks out of the door like a lowly mortal.
I'm amazed he walked.
What else would he do?
It was so that we
Actually-
could watch him walk away.
Can Chicanery look around? Is there someone sitting in a corner smoking?
Make me a perception check.
Because now, at this point, paranoia.
There is not.
Okay. Okay.
So this is our first day, and now we are on a job, yes? Are we helping?
Yes.
Travel. I like it.
For 600 gold, yes.
Is that a lot?
Oh,
you not
yeah,
need it?
like, a beer is 4 silvers, so that's like, what?
A lot of beer.
A lot of beer. A lot of beer.
A lot of beer.
Enough to start a pub.
But yeah,
Would it
Carl is
take
not
me-
exactly stupid. He is definitely not savvy in the ways of business or coins yet. He's learning.
Would have taken me years to make this working for Jimmy down at the pub.
Not just beer, meals too.
I like meals.
You could buy the pub from Jimmy with this much money.
Well, maybe when we get back, that's what I'll do. Owlbear's Forest.
Good. Should we leave now?
Was it Neverwinter? Neverwinter is far to the north from where we are now, if I know my travel.
Yes.
Well, do we take horses? Do we walk? Do we have other means of travel? How do you travel in this job?
We are no greater than Omendram.
Carl takes a second to realize that doesn't answer his question.
We walk.
Very well. We walk.
All right, let's go now.
Yes.
Use ladies as the boss.
Edith,
Yes.
please clear out my schedule. We are going to be going to Neverwinter.
Oh my god, what is this accent? Sorry.
No problem, Sigra. I'll get that cleared out. We had some interviewees arriving. Should I? Well, it'll be fine. I'll work it out.
Give them beer.
You have my permission to interview them yourself.
Well, I don't quite think I'm qualified, but I will do you proud, Sigra. I've had enough of those interviews listening through the door.
You will do great.
Finger guns.
The journey to Neverwinter is several days, in which time you'll get to know each other. Not a lot happens of note, except on one of the days you come across a beggar walking down the street towards you, and dressed in rags, using a cane to walk, like feeling the road ahead of them as they walk. They look and smell dirty, like they haven't had the convenience of washing facilities for some time. They also look quite gaunt, as though they may be hungry. As they approach you, you hear them muttering to themselves, "My legs are old, my eyes are weak, my brain is fuddled," and so on and so forth.
Okay, so just so every morning, Owlbear goes through a routine, hair gel, washes his face, cleans his clothes impeccably, pops his collar just right. He has 2 twigs for brushing his teeth, cologne, whole deal. So but as I see Owlbear sees this beggar walking towards us, or this old man, he will move forward and pull the sack of coin, and he'll go, "If we got 600 gold apiece," or was that?
Yeah, you got 600
pull-
gold apiece up front.
I will pull
on.
a bag of 50 gold pieces out and slip it into his hand. Give him a collar pop. The owlbear got you, man.
Hey, oh. Thank you, kind adventurer. Oh, my purse is heavy, my arms are weak, my legs are thimbles, my brain is mush. My hair is ragged and yours is so pretty. Thank you very much, well, Danville, for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. I believe you are the one. You came to me in a dream. And he takes the gold, puts his hand under his face, and rips away the humble, homeless facade, revealing a dark-haired man with a long cigarette. It's Jim Dark Magic. I appreciate what you done there for me, Owlbear, mate. Keep hold of that gold for yourself, though. You might need it. And he puts the gold back in your hand. It's always good to see an honest adventurer, though. I can't talk to you in public, hence me meeting you in this way. Check out the lighthouse off the coast of Neverwinter. If you want to learn more about Huber, the draconic skull with the dagger through it, and those undead coming back to life, look there.
Carl looks to Sigra. Was this a test? This was the test, wasn't it?
I believe this is what they call an encounter.
Oh, I read about those. Yes.
It doesn't seem very random, though.
Looking at dark magic. Are you a dangerous encounter?
Are you lethal?
I can understand him dreaming about the owlbear. Many people do dream of the owlbear, but I'm confused.
Let's put it this way. I'm worth lots of XP.
So this is one of those that we should not encounter, though.
If
Our entire business model is structured around XP.
Sigrid gestures to Jim Dark Magic, addressing Krull and Owlbear, and says,
I suppose this will be an encounter that we will try to investigate later when we are a higher level.
For now,
Logistically, do we get XP for avoiding the encounter? No, we don't get. Okay. I'm trying to remember the rules.
he dreamed of the owlbear, so at the very least, he should get it. He should get to leave with a kiss for this encounter.
let's put it this way. At the moment, I'm on your side. Check out the lighthouse. Alright. I'll see you all later.
That's some sort of innuendo.
He begins a very slow fade. Like, it's not like he teleports. He very slowly fades away. It takes like 5 seconds. The real slow fade.
Later then.
That
Sigrid
was
gives them-
another. Go ahead.
Sorry, finger guns. That's it.
Was that more management?
Of a kind, yes. I believe we would call this Did we just overcome the encounter? Or did the encounter just overcome us? Who just got XP for that?
I was asking that question in my own head. It's like, did he encounter us or did we encounter him? I still don't know what this encounter really means. but think I'm getting it slowly.
Oh, write it down in your journal, and perhaps the pieces will fall together in the future.
Now, friends,
Oh,
you can thank Jenna in chat. Because she gifted us all a drawer from the deck of many things. These things could be good, they could be great, they can be bad, they can be catastrophic. We'll go round in the order that we introduced everyone, so simply tell me when to stop and I will draw a card for you. We'll start with Chantal.
Stop.
Stump.
Stop.
Tamlin or Daniel.
don't know if I even want you to stop.
That's a big brain play
Stop.
right there.
Stop.
And Stella.
Right. Please do not make me need to roll another character live streamed. Stop.
Good point. I better check my D&D Beyond.
It's like the time Saint Arthur Fonzarelli jumped over the tank with a shark in it. The suspense is we had to wait a week to find out if he was successful.
So, Scratticus Academy is jumping the shark. Okay.
No. Saint Arthur Fonzarelli never jumped the shark.
You carry on. You can find your way to Neverwinter. On the way, Stump, Owlbear will notice something glinting at the side of the road. It is a simple-looking gauntlet, lined with gold, with gems in the knuckles.
Is this-
Go on.
I will turn to the middle management we are with. Is this like the holy symbols, discarded holy symbols she pointed out back at the office that indicates adventurers could be around? Or is this something I should put one of these little tags on?
As you look at it, you can tell this is a monk weapon that will enable your unarmed attacks to have 1d10 fire, ice, or lightning damage.
So I'm all about, like, if I ever double cross Jimmy, but that would really help me in this business. So it would really make your business better if I was wearing that.
I think your payday came early. Enjoy.
Sweet.
You find your way into Neverwinter. Neverwinter is a different city to Waterdeep, where Waterdeep is a hive of activity. Neverwinter is a little more regal. They have a palace and things, and it's very pretty. It's sort of like I only really know English towns. If any of you've been to England, it's sort of like the difference between London and Chichester. Chichester very, very nice. Everything's shiny and white, whereas London, bit of a dump, but probably gets more done. You get to Neverwinter, and it's very easy to find your way to the Black Lake District, and with a little questioning, perhaps a little bit of coin changing hands, you can find the Stable Quiver. It's again, just reading through here, The part of the metropolis is magnificent, breathtaking architecture, marvelous spires, opulent decorations. Chichester. However, you can see amid that beauty there is a terrible scar in the city. Mount Hotenu erupted years before, and citizens are still rebuilding from that disaster. So there is a bit of thing. The Stable Quiver is a nondescript, well-built tavern that covers the northwest part of the city. The tavern boasts a mixed clientele of lesser nobles, artisans, middle-class merchants, and skilled laborers. As you enter, all the tables are occupied, but there are several empty stools at the bar.
Before we entered in, I would ask Sigra and pronounce the name again. I'm sorry,
Chicanery.
Thank you. Chicanery, to say, should we go over the plan again? Their name was Opal. Yes, and there was a phrase.
Opal. We're looking for a shifter. We're looking for a shifter that knows the response to. And they lean in. That's a big hen house.
And their return was something about a small fox. Yes, right.
Only for a small fox. That's the one. And because Omendran did, Chicanery winks.
Crawl's making notes for future office interactions. Nods knowingly and approvingly. I guess as one question, as we were walking in and looking at all the splendor around us, was there a lighthouse that stood out? Perhaps.
No.
Just keeping a casual eye out.
There is not a lighthouse here at Neverwinter. However, you could ask about that.
Yes. I think we'll stay on task for now, but I want to let my managers take lead on that. But I'll suggest it after we find our contact.
Zira.
All right, Chicanery, we are going to put this in your performance review. I am delegating this task to you. How would you like to run this operation?
Well, I'd like to check in, get a beer, have a meal, good night's sleep. Usually I like to take a bath, have some hot cocoa.
All right, who would you like to get the hot cocoa?
Owlbear. He won't drop it.
Cocoa duty. Got it.
What would you like to delegate to Kra?
Looks expectantly.
Check the temperature of the bath water.
All right. I assume there's like a public bathhouse is what we're talking about.
I mean, this place, it looks more like a tavern than an inn, but maybe Chicanery could get a room with a bath here. Could be a tall order from your supervisor. Could be a tall order.
I will go to the tavern keeper and ask about the temperatures of their bath water. What is suggested?
As you approach the barkeep, it is a half-elf, very slim, almost nothing to them, and only standing 4 foot high. If it wasn't for their elven features, you may think them a child. They look to you, and they're quite pretty in their own way. They have perhaps... like a weird one, but like an androgynous, boyish charm. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me. And they sort of all right, mate. What, bathwater?
I will respectfully lean down because I'm 7 foot and he's not. They're not. And I'll lean down and say, yes, I'm asking respectively for your baths within the establishment. What is the optimum temperature that you keep them at?
Baths, right. Yeah, well, you know, as a respectable tavern, what caters to many lovely individuals of all sorts of trading and minor nobles and all of that stuff. We do, of course we got baths, yeah. There's one bath just on the 2nd floor, and the water it comes out at tap temperature.
Is there baths that can be had privately in the room? Do they cost more?
Do you know, I'm sure we can get something going there. He sort of like weighs you up and down, sees the large coin purse at your hip. I reckon we can get you a personal bath in your room. I've got buckets.
I will want a price on that to let my companion know.
About 4 silver on top of the room fee.
We will let you know. Thank you.
Hey, you're fine. Do you want a drink or anything?
I believe I look back and there's nobody has drinks yet, right? Nobody in our group has drinks yet, and probably maybe got to know your preferences over the last day or two. I will order everyone's preference and pay for it and bring it back to the table. I brought libations. That's the right word, right?
Kroll, did you cover the cocoa duty?
Did I? Without
Oh.
knowing? Do I need to roll for cocoa?
No, if I believe you would know that chicanery does prefer cocoa, so yeah, you have this cocoa, I guess, and Owlbear. It looks like Kroll's done both duties.
Inadvertently, competition.
Didn't think I would be capable of adequately covering the cocoa.
That's cocoa? Oh, okay.
You see the little marshmallows? At least they put marshmallows in. It's a high-class joint.
Just called it the chocolate specialty. That's what he called it. Okay.
One of the marshmallows winks at you.
I get that often.
Did I see a winking marshmallow?
Yeah. Seems to wink. It's like a painting that's looking at everyone in the room.
Huh. Alright. I'll look over to Chinery and say, the marshmallow winked. Did you see that? Here's your cocoa. And a bath is just about 4 silver. If you wish. Good tap temperature, as they said. There's also
a good tap temperature or at tap temperature?
At tap temperature, yes.
Is the tap temperature hot?
It is warm-ish.
Chicanery looks to Seagra.
I believe it can be catered to what you desire. Not too hot, not too cold.
Muted.
Albert is muted, yes. But also has friend.
Okay. So I will go up to the tavern, the young elf, and I'll put 10 gold down on the counter. I need 4 rooms, 1 for each of those, and me, and I point over there. Nice hot water for the ladies. Hot water. You see him? You see Grandpa? Just cover it.
Stump, if you could just quickly check the Zoom chat for me, that would be fantastic. The barkeep will crack on to get your bath set to the right temperature, and
Okay. Go up
he
to Grandma.
the baths they as soon as you are willing to part with the fee, they will take a cask into your room and get you a tub set up in your room.
Perfect.
I also probably ordered food.
Roasted quill is what it's marked as.
Will?
Marked as.
Yeah,
Not sure.
it's actually roasted quail.
Oh my god.
It's a mistype.
It's like, I've not ever had a quill before. Sounds exotic. All right. And then they bring a quail. It's like, okay. Still good.
As the tender comes with the food, Sigra will pull out some gold coins from her pouch, but she'll also cast minor illusion at the same time and make it look like a fancy credit card. And hand it over, like, you know, kind of. It's called AMEC. Ameria Express.
I was gonna say Omen Express.
Oh, Omex card.
How'd you get that?
Yeah, the Omex Platinum card, perhaps.
Precisely, the one that's made out of metal, but it's actually not really. It's made out of gold coins.
So, what's your intention here? What you
Flexing.
flexing? Got it. So the barkeep's eyes widen, seeing the Platinum Omen X card, and they begin acquiescing to your requests extremely quickly. The water does come out tap water, but they also prestidigitate it to warm or cool it as you need. And it seems they are magical. Come back. The baths have been drawn. Cocoa is done.
Before we retire from our table of food, I would turn to Chenery and say, was I supposed to share the passphrase with anyone I saw? The tavern keep, I should have asked them about hen houses, right?
Yes, do it. It's a great idea.
Be right back.
Don't forget the wink.
Tries it, doesn't really work. It's more of a twitch. And I would actually go back and awkwardly work that into a conversation with the barkeep.
Sure. How does it sound? I want to hear this.
Turns down and says, oh yeah, and of course I'm not from around here, and I wanted to know about the size of your poultry storage. Your
You what?
that's, how do you have a, like over there, and I point like at a table, that's a big hen house about, right?
That's a table.
And I need more ale.
I think I better cut you off, actually, mate. That's
And I just walk away.
The barkeep just watches you go.
Report back. Not a changeling. Or not a shapeshifter. Not Opal. One down.
One down, an entire city to go.
Well, they're supposed to be here, right? Looks around at a very crowded tavern.
I have an idea how to do this. And I will jump up on the table. I will act much more inebriated than I am. I will start swinging my hips and singing, and I'll be singing whatever. But then at some point, and that's a big hen house. And then I'll continue on with my act for a little bit, and eventually I'll climb down and say, okay, now we just see if somebody comes over and lets us know.
Can you roll me a performance check?
Can I, as Albert is performing, cast Bardic Inspiration?
I was also going to ask if we can aid somehow, and you're doing it.
Yeah, so on a 16, how much is your Bardic Inspiration?
A die 6.
So yeah, you can add a d6 to that if you like, Albert. You can also hold on to the inspiration for the next 10 minutes if you choose to.
Mhm.
Okay. On a 17, the room starts clapping. Yeah, this one's got a voice on him. Yeah, and they all start going on. Do a wizard staff's got a knob on the end, and other requests come in as they start clapping, and people bring across drinks to your table.
Well, if I get requests, the owlbear will not disappoint his fans.
At the
And that
end
will
of
continue.
at the end of one of those songs, in the style of "That's a spicy meatball," Chicanery will just say, "That's a big hen house," and then just wait.
You can anyone give me perception checks?
I was about to ask. I was going to look around the room and see if anybody looks our way. Oh, I think it rolled right. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Some people are rolling at advantage. It looks like too. So okay. Yeah.
That's okay. Well, we always take the one on the left. Unfortunately for Stump. Yeah. We always take the one on the left unless we have advantage or disadvantage.
Very good. Good to know.
You're good. You're good. Albert, you're far too busy being receiving admiration to spot anything. You keep the crowd entertained whilst the others spot. On a 10, Chicanery, you overhear the table right next to you going, why do they keep going on about hen houses that lot? I don't know, they must be like poultry farmers or something. Do you think they were like disappointed in the quail? Do you think they wanted chicken? Or maybe they're fed up of chicken. They could be fed up of chicken, yeah. I don't know, really. Let's just get up a drink, shall we? Alright. On a 14, Segra, you can see the barkeep staring at you all. A little bit, almost like open-mouthed. Like, wondering if he's getting free entertainment. Not really sure. No, not really sure. Kroll, on a 20, you spot a petite human who wears a nicely tailored suit and has slicked back grey hair. She appears to be around 30. And she seems to have taken an interest in you all. But she is not looking at you like, I know. She's looking at you like,
So during the next song, could I perhaps lean over to Sigra and point that out in a subtle way, which I'm happy to roll for?
Yeah, sure. Give me a stealth roll.
I fix my dice so it will roll 2. There we go. Good lord.
Okay, yeah, you're stealthy, all right. You chicanery. Even you almost don't notice that Kroll is bringing this to your attention. It's so subtle.
I would point. So over there is the gray-haired woman. Has the slick like the oil that the owlbear has in his hair. It looks very nice, and she has a very nice outfit. You can see her right over there. She was looking at us with interest when we were yelling about the hen house. Don't know if that means what we think it means. Maybe. Should we go talk to her?
Well, we are an interesting group. Chicanery. Who would you like to delegate to go investigate this woman?
Zigra, I think you are the most impressive person, therefore, you would probably be best to go for this.
All right. And she stands up and does a flourish with her cloak.
Although I will have to say, subtlety is not my middle name.
Question out of character, but whatever that means. Are you still wearing the double shoulder? I'm not gonna say the word. Every time I say it, we crash. So I'm not gonna say it.
Yes, they are a permanent fixture to
I'll say the
her
word.
outfit.
Okay. Just wanted to add that in. Thank you.
You're welcome. She strides over and her boots are heeled, so it goes like clack, 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 clack. She flips her hair. Says,
As you get up and start approaching this person, you see them put a coin on the bar, stand, and begin leaving the bar. They're heading towards the exit.
Seeker's gonna follow them. Clack, 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 clack.
As she leaves the bar, she turns left and still walking, but moving at a clip.
Clack, 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 clack.
Do you leave everyone else
Chicanery's gonna
behind?
follow.
Okay.
I was gonna say if we were watching her until she actually leaves, perhaps we should. I would look at my companion and say, "Shall we go? Should we follow?"
Yes.
Now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain, and I will take a bow, thank my audience, and jump off the table. Assuming we are following.
Yeah, you can definitely follow. As you see this person striding ahead, the rest of you can see Seeger ahead. So we have person, space, Seeger, space, everyone else. Seeger, you see them turn left down a narrow alley.
I go left into a narrow alley.
She's walking ahead.
I walk ahead.
Chicanery is
You
going
just-
to message.
Okay.
He's going to use message and say, "Are you safe?"
To Seegra.
Mhm.
Seegra says out loud, yes.
I casually look over to the owlbear as we're walking behind Chicanery and say, "This is the part where we're sneaking on someone in the city, right? I usually do this out in the woods. I don't do this in the city. Is this what we're
Yes.
doing?"
Yes.
Oh, she heard me. Damn.
Usually I'm one of the guys in the alley waiting for us to come in.
Do you think that could be happening up there? Should we run ahead?
We should
Let's
probably-
keep up. Okay. So it's interpersonal employee conversation happening behind
So-
you.
You all rush to catch up with Seeger? Is that the
Not to overtake her, I don't think. I think we want to keep a distance.
but like to get closer, right?
Closer, yeah.
So maybe like 10-foot gap, something like that.
I will
Albert-
let Chicanery take lead.
Albert, this
Sorry,
Go on.
Go ahead.
no, go on.
Before they get more than 30 feet away from me, I would like to cast a spell, but I can wait.
Well, they don't actually get more than 30 feet away from you because once they get about 40 feet into this alley, they stop and turn around. And Albert, this does feel very familiar as 5 dark figures peel away from the walls surrounding you all. And this person turns around. I saw you. Flashing that OMX card. You're going to tell me everything. And she begins to transform into a were-rat. And that's where we're going to take our 5-minute break. We'll be back after the break, you all, when we roll initiative as our players get jumped in an alley. Seems so familiar. We're going to go and grab a bio, grab a drink, stretch our legs and all that good stuff, and we recommend that you do the same. We'll be back in 5 minutes. See you shortly. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a fantastic and restful break. We will launch straight into this as 5 bandits and a were-rat attack the party. The were-rat, everyone roll initiative for me, please. The were-rat, can someone track initiative for me as well? I'd very much appreciate that. The were-rat rushes you all, and as they are turning and addressing you all, they say, "Who's your contact? I know that's a special code or something. I know you work for Omen. Arrgh. Tell us who." Also, thank you, Hawkeye, coming in with all these channel points, gifting nat 20s and advantages left, right, and center. Oh no, advantages.
I rolled initiative twice. I apologize.
Okay.
My first one's better too.
We'll take the first one.
Oh, in Roll20, what it does is it gives you 2 rolls to show you. The left one would be just your flat roll. If you've got advantage or disadvantage, then you would look at both. That's why it looks like you're rolling twice. I think.
Exactly. Thank you.
Okay.
We could use the roll 20 initiative counter if we wanted to. No, I guess not. Never mind. All good.
So, Kroll, with a 24, you are first.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and say, my kind of party. And I will go ahead and pull out my bow and draw. And I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus action to cast Ensnaring Strike on my arrow as I fire it at the were-rat.
Sure thing.
And I will go ahead and roll to hit. Let's see here. Blink. And I believe that's going to miss. I rolled an 11.
The 11, unfortunately, will miss, though it does seem narrow.
I will go ahead and follow up using the Dread Ambusher special ability from the Gloomstalker Ranger class to add a second attack just for 1d8 damage, no bonuses to it. So it is a separate attack only on the first time I am in initiative.
I love that.
And I think that class is from Mordenkainen's book. I can't remember exactly, but it's a great class. And that one does hit.
Yes, indeed, a 25 does hit.
Okay.
So just a 1d8, right? It's rolled some damage there. What's it rolled? It's rolled a 1d8 plus 3, so that's 7 damage.
Yeah, take the 3 away. Oh, nice! I got a 7. Very good. So the first one. Oh dear. Well, that wasted a spell. Darn. Oh well. And are they spread out around us? Are there some behind us? Are there some...
So the were-rat is ahead of you. The 5 bandits came into the alley behind you.
Okay. I will turn to my friends and say, "I will take the rat," and I will rush the rat. How far away was it?
Oh, it's not far. Maybe 30 feet it would have turned as you were pulling up. So it would have been 30 feet from Segra. So maybe if you were staying a little behind, say 10 feet behind, 40 feet from you.
Luckily, I can make that because, once again, the Dread Ambusher gives me an extra 10 feet of movement on the first round. So I have 40 exactly. It's another reason I asked.
Perfect. Yeah, you can get right on up to the were-rat.
And I will be drawing my sword as I move.
Then
That's me.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Next in the turn order is Segra.
Segra will open up with casting Mantle of Inspiration. So the same burst of flower petals and light appears just as you had seen with Omen Dran's appearance. But what this mechanically does for your characters, I can choose a number of creatures equal to my charisma modifier, which is 3. So Owlbear, Crawl, and Chicanery will each get 5 temporary hit points. And immediately, so right now, if you want to use your reaction, you're allowed to move up to your speed without provoking opportunity attacks. That will be my last charge of Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, so everyone has that reaction. You can move as a reaction if you would like to.
I will move towards the 5 that moved in behind us?
Yeah, they're pretty close behind you, right at the alley mouth, so maybe 10 feet away. So there'll be a total of 50 feet between the were-rat and the bandits.
So
Okay.
Stay
as,
exactly where I am.
as Sigrid casts the spell, she'll say,
This combat encounter will be in your performance review.
Pressure on pressure.
Oh no.
Feel inspired.
okay.
So-
And then, yep.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say the reaction. We can all move more if we wanted to. I already moved.
Mm-hmm. So it will eat up your reaction.
Oh, very good. I'll hold my reaction then. Never mind.
And then she will run up to. Actually, she'll cast Dissonant Whispers on the were-rat. So there's like little murmurs of voices, and they say,
Are you sure you're doing a good job?
that's a wisdom save. They have to beat a 13.
You can see them sort of like they're somehow you're questioning of their resolve. Doesn't seem to bother them at all. They don't even question it, not for a second. You know,
Dang.
Kroll being close might hear them mutter, business-orientated people. Ugh."
So they will take half damage from saving, and that's my turn.
Fantastic. Half damage being 5. Next in the turn order is the were-rat. The were-rat has a crawl right in front of them. They're going to do a number of attacks on you here. First of all, they're going to No, they don't, because they are in rat form. They're going to try and bite you. Does a 9 hit you, Kroll?
A 9 does not hit Kroll. Kroll remembers rat's bad. Backs off.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I think they're going to go not quite into rat, but into like hybrid rat standing form. I'm going to redact that a little. I won't make that have an effect this turn, but the rat form is kind of useless, so I'm not going to use that.
It's not pretty. Okay.
Next in the turn order is chicanery.
Chicanery is going to reach out toward the 5 at the entrance to the alley, and on the last one, just behind the last one, they're going to cast Spiritual Weapon and smack them from behind.
Oh, on the bandits. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, on the bandits. Sorry.
No, that's okay. The 7, unfortunately, will not hit.
7 misses.
I
But
know, it's a
there
shot.
now, which is nice. 7. With their action, they are going to toll the dead on the were-rat, because did you just say business? Is what? That's a
They've already taken
DC
damage.
13. So it's a DC 13 wisdom. Is it wisdom? Yes, DC 13 wisdom.
Yes, I said it. At me.
How did Celine deal with all this? How did Celine deal with it all? The pressure.
Any more?
That is Chicanery's turn. No,
Fantastic.
Chicanery
Then
will not move.
next in the turn order is Owlbear.
Oh, you boys have bitten off more owlbear than you can swallow. And using
my fancy new gauntlet. I will just backhand the first one.
I'm going to use my disadvantage on your first attack. I called that just after you clicked it, so please roll again. We'll take your second left-hand side roll rather than taking the 7. Yes. Unfortunately, the 8 is going to miss the bandit. I say
Then-
unfortunately after celebrating like a football hooligan. But hey, I stand by what I did.
And then I
Very
will
legit.
burn a key point and do a flurry. Just punching. Just
Yeah, okay.
24.
The 18 and the 24 will both hit. Please roll damage for both, and feel free to add in that gauntlet damage. Oh, jeez. Roll me a d6. 1 to 2 is fire. 3 and 4 is ice. 5 and 6 is lightning.
Okay.
So for this combat, it seems you have lightning fists. The first bandit that you strike, you knock them down. One Punch Man style. Down they go. They avoid that first backhand, but never see the left hook coming. And down they go. The second is okay, standing still. They look pretty shocked.
Jimmy sends his regards. And that is my turn.
So, last then in the turn order is the bandits. The bandits, I believe, like, Chicanery and Seeger stayed in the middle, right? Okay, okay, so Albert, you got some attacks coming your way. There's 4 bandits standing. The first of which is going to make a main hand attack with scimitar. Does an 8 hit you?
An 8 will miss.
Offhand attack dagger. 12.
A 12 will miss.
Second bandit. 21.
21 will hit.
Please take 7 slashing damage. Offhand attack dagger. Oh, 4's not going to hit. Third bandit. Because when you're rolling this many dice, it's just a matter of time, right? Please take 6 slashing damage there as well. And then an offhand dagger. Oh, a 20 is going to hit as well. That's only 3 piercing damage. It's offhand. How's Albert looking? Still good?
He's okay. He's bleeding, but he's standing.
The last bandit, slightly bigger than the rest, and I don't mean muscly. I just mean beefy. They're gonna try and step around you, and they're gonna try and grapple you. They're gonna try and put their arms above your head. You know that old one. So please make me an opposing acrobatics or athletics throw versus 16. Oh yeah, you wriggle straight out of it using acrobatics. How does this look? I'm like a luchador or something. How does it look?
As he tries to, and he gets my arm up like this, I'll cup it and I'll just swing out around and do like a pirouette away from him.
I love it. Okay. That ends the bandit's turn. We go back to the top of the round with Crawl.
I'll yell back at Albert, looking good there, boy. Got some good moves. Commentary from the back. I will go ahead and attack the were-rat. I have my 2 short swords out. I also actually pictured it. I forgot to replace this. They're actually hand axes. I think they're the same damage. Yeah. And so I will go ahead and try to attack with my. Let's see. Oh, there it is. First one, once again with the 9.
Yeah,
Not
the
good.
nine's not gonna hit. I'm afraid they dodge that one.
Bonus and bat with a bonus action. So see if I hit. That's going to be a 16 for a 1 because I don't get any bonus on that one because it's an offhand strike.
But the 16 does hit. You do 1 point of damage to the were-rat, and every little helps, they say.
That's true.
Anything else on your turn?
I will probably go ahead and move around just a little bit, so the were-rat is. I don't want to give the were-rat cover, potentially. Yes. And we still have advantage, yes, on a roll sometimes.
You do, yeah.
So-
You have 2 advantages now. Everyone has 2 advantages minimum
Oh,
that you can use at your leisure.
okay. I could have used it on that first strike then.
Yeah, you can use it on any strike or anything like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should remind you at the start of your turn.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, I'll do it next time, I guess. So
Okay.
very good. Yep, that's it. That was bonus attack and slight move just to get out of the way so I don't give him cover. Grinning at him as I go they person because I think it's were-rat changeling person, right? Okay.
Yeah, they're
They're in a nice suit too. That's right. Yeah.
half and half. Yeah, it's interesting. The suit seems to stretch and continue to sit on their body. But now that you see it, you can tell, especially up close, while it is a well-tailored suit, it looks like really cheap material. Like, when you've had a suit for a while and it starts to go shiny?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been
that's
a while.
that's how their suit looks. It looks like it's kind of shiny, a little bit thin.
Little secondhand store, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but it looks really well tailored.
Interesting. Okay, that's me. Thank you.
Next is Seegra's turn.
Seegra will move towards the bandits, and as she's walking, she's got some swagger. She's like swinging the hips, doesn't seem to be ruffled whatsoever, and she'll draw out her scimitar and point it at the bandit that rolled that crit and say, "You look like you've got good moves. You think that they are paying you enough? Well, I've got an Omex card. I can pay you better." She'll cast Charm Person.
Oh. What do I need to do?
That's a good question. Saving throw Wisdom has to beat a 13. Oh. Okay.
They're paying 2 gold.
Oh, I can double that. Easy.
It is charmed by you until the spell ends, or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. It regards you as a friendly acquaintance, and then when the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you, and it lasts for 1 hour. And it's not a concentration spell. Interesting.
Awesome. So yeah, they take. It seems as though they take you up on that.
Awesome. Are the bandits within 30 feet of the middle area that I was in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're in the middle, you're probably roughly.
Okay. I'll walk up to them and draw out my dagger, and with my offhand, attack the one that tried to grapple Owlbear.
Okay.
So that's the offhand dagger. Boop. 11.
Unfortunately, an 11 just doesn't quite hit.
That's my turn.
Fantastic. Well, next is the were-rat. The were-rat looks at you, Crawl, and says, in a sneering... I don't know, it's a horrible-sounding voice, really. It sounds half squeak, half humanoid. We know you're transporting treasure out of here. We just need to know where. And it's going to slash at you with its short sword. Does that 21 hit you?
Oh yes.
You
Ow.
take 6 piercing damage, and as
Thank you for the. I was gonna say thank you for the temporary hit points.
As the short sword lands, it grabs hold of you and tries to bite you again. Oh, there's another 21. Make me a DC 11 Constitution saving throw, please. You take another 4 piercing damage.
13.
You feel,
Ow.
bitten.
So it's 4 more, you said?
Yeah, another 4 piercing damage.
So it's 4 and 6. Oh dear. Oh, so 5. Ow.
That's the end of the were-rat's turn. Next is Chicanery.
Chicanery is going to. Who's closer? Owlbear or Crawl?
If you came in second and you haven't moved yet, then you'll be closer to Owlbear.
I will go to Owlbear. Touch. Cure wounds. And that's 11 points of delicious healing. And then with my bonus action, I'm going to use that spiritual weapon on one of the bandits, the one that is not charmed, because I saw that happen.
Yeah, by all means.
How is an 18?
An 18 will hit.
And that is 1d8 plus 3. So
you have
4 damage.
of the ones that aren't charmed, you have one that's already been hurt, one that's looking fresh, and the Heckin' Chonker who tried to grapple. Which one would you like to go for?
Heckin' chomper.
Let's bop the Heckin' Chonker.
Bop the Heckin' Chonker, got it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a new class of monster I don't know.
Bop the Chonker.
After Chicanery, it is Owlbear's turn.
Okay, so I am not sure mechanically. I wish to, so I want to go all Jackie Chan doing, some really fancy kung fu moves. And then I'm going to look at them and say, you boys are just outclassed. I know you're just working, earning a dime for your family, but my companions are better. You don't want to do this. And I want to intimidate and as my action, then I will use my advantage on that intimidation check.
Hell yeah. I will let you intimidate with your performance if it has a better modifier. Otherwise, you can go ahead and use your intimidation.
Yeah, they're about the same, so 11.
Okay.
And then as my bonus action, I will spend a key point and do patient defense, so any attacks on me this round have disadvantage.
So
I'm telling you, boys. Go ahead, sorry.
No, you're okay. With a colossal amount of nat ones rolled, the chonker, the fresh bandit, and the injured bandit, all except the charmed bandit, they sort of like look at each other, look at you doing all your funky stuff, and they like, and they just sort of like back up a little bit. They only like back up 5 feet. For now, you can finish your turn.
Actually, I will reach into my gold and I'll just throw a handful of gold out at their feet and say, "Take it and run, boys." From Jimmy. And that'll be that. I mean, I'll be patient. I'll be fighting defensively, patient defense. So
yeah, they look at one another. It is their turn next. Is that the end of your turn?
yeah, that's the end of my turn.
A couple of them grab up a few gold pieces that hit the floor, and the 3 of them run. The one that is charmed takes his crossbow, aiming at the were-rat, and cries, "Duck!" As warning to you. Unfortunately, it's an awful attack, but they're trying. Back to the top of the round, it is Crawl's turn. You can see the were-rat looking over your shoulder like, "You useless imbeciles!"
Crawl looks a little bit like he's trying to think of something clever to say. Doesn't happen. So he'll just continue to attack. I got nothing. Go ahead and roll with a short sword twice. Let's see here. Get up there. And another 12. I don't know. I think a 12. Does a 12 hit?
A 12? Narrowly enough to hit. Meets beats, friend.
All right. Well, that's 8 damage from a non-silver. I don't know if that matters. It's 8 damage straight up.
8 damage, yeah.
And then we'll go ahead and follow through with my bonus action to attack with my offhand at a 17 for 4 more. Stabby stab.
Yeah, this creature's taken a lot of damage. But you might be noticing by now, you'd be expecting them to be bloodied. And you are right, your weapon is not silvered. You see all of these cuts and gashes just healing up almost immediately.
Yes, Krull would not know that it's not working very well. This is not good for my performance review. Oh, it's like stressing about it. That's why I couldn't think of anything clever to say, because the performance review is in his head.
It's
performance
stressful,
anxiety.
You know?
It's very stressful. And yeah, that's an action, bonus action. And gonna stay with the rat though. Little help.
Next up is Seegra's turn.
Seegra will. So she's probably like 60 feet away since she went towards the bandits. She'll turn around and she'll dash so that she's up against the were-rat, but she can't do anything. She'll say,
I would suggest that you surrender. You are outplayed and outnumbered.
do like a fancy flourish with her rapier as she draws it out, but she can't do anything. That's her turn.
Okay. Are you making a check there, or?
I'll use my action to dash, so it's mostly just free talking.
Just talking. Got it. A were-rat looks and goes, "I'll finish you myself. You'll tell me your secrets." But tell me, is there anything that Crawl was wishing right now?
Oh no. I'm wishing my swords were magically silvered. Because it's not working.
It's funny.
Oh.
As you say that, all of the damage you just inflicted reopens on the were-rat, as it seems your weapon is, in fact, silvered.
Great for my performance review. Shine, shine, shine.
The were-rat's going to carry on attacking you, though. It doesn't help you there. So please, there's a 12 hit you.
A 12 does not.
And as you dodge away, it tries to bite you again. Does an 18 catch you?
Oh, yes it does.
Please give me another con save.
Oh no.
And receive 4 piercing damage. Oh!
I will use that inspiration. And I will roll again. Can I roll again?
11 meets beats. Meets beats. You're good.
Okay. Oh,
for a
okay.
second.
Oh, I didn't see. Oh yeah, I do see it. Okay.
Yeah. For a second, you feel some sort of plague rack your body, but you gather yourself and you do a quick purge, quick restore factory settings. You're okay.
And let's see. Okay. Yeah. That's 4 more damage. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Next is Chicanery's turn. Currently 50 feet away from the wearer.
I am also going to start. I'm just going to bolt in that direction and say, "I will look good for my performance review." And move the spiritual. There are no more bandits. Move the spiritual weapon toward the were-rat.
Yep. So you
But
can move
it
it
cannot
towards
attack on this
and-
turn.
Yeah. It'll be next turn that it gets within range. Next is Owlbear's turn then.
Welcome to the crew, mate. High five the last bandit who's still there. And then I also will run and dash. And I have 35 feet of movement. And so at the end, I would like to use my staff to pole vault over the were-rat to get behind it.
Hell yeah.
Acrobatics, come on.
19, that's good. You have the were-rat surrounded.
Then that will be my turn.
Fantastic. We go back to the top of the round. Crawl, it's your turn.
All right. With my newly amazing swords, I will go ahead and attack with my short swords.
By all means.
And I get advantage now too because I have threatening folk around him. Is that correct? Or flanking? How's it work?
Yeah, sure. We'll go with some flanking.
Because I
rolls, why
mean,
not?
is Sigrid right behind him, like directly across from me? Is that what you said, or?
Yeah,
Owlbear's
Owlbear's. Yeah, Owlbear's behind them. So
Well,
yeah.
Sigrid also ran up the were-rat, right?
I'm
You're-
next to you, probably.
Yeah, you've got them
Okay.
completely surrounded. So.
I just wanted to know: am I rolling with advantage or not?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Well, there's a. Let's see here. There's a 17. And that'll be
17 will hit. Yeah.
nine piercing with possible magic damage.
Okay.
and,
The-
and then
With all of these wounds opening up very quickly, the were-rat is starting to look very hurt.
yes, there's a 4 on top of that too for the offhand. So
Yeah, sure. Are
Main
you-
strike me.
Are these lethal attacks?
I don't know how to not make them lethal.
Simply declare.
Yeah. If I get a glance that they're really hurt, I might try and like more punch them on the second offhand to see
Yeah,
if I
you-
can do a non-lethal attack. Yes.
Pommel strike, still a short sword attack.
Yeah. right.
So, as you sock them with the silvered pommel of your blade, they fall to one knee. They are at your mercy, and we exit combat.
I will pose dramatically, looking good, hopefully.
All right, you lot win. Let me be.
What do you know of the hen house?
What are you talking about? I know nothing about a hen house. I just know you work for Omen, and I wanted to get in on you. I know they're smuggling treasure out. Someone just went down for it last week. Guards are all talking about it. I just wanted to know who your contact was. I know you're here to get more treasure out. I just wanted to take the treasure for myself. Is that so bad?
What treasure?
Oh, come on, don't play coy.
How did you know? Tell me about the treasure.
Look, all we know is that there's, I don't know, hundreds, maybe thousands of gems moving out of the city towards Waterdeep every week. None of it goes past the taxman. That's why one of yours got arrested just the other night. Happened right here in the bar. I know you're here to collect. Look, maybe you could cut me in. I can be helpful.
So, you're moving against the boss. Usually those move against the boss end up swimming with the fishes, sleeping with the fishes.
She transforms back into human form. Look, I don't care about business or any of that or a job. I just want money. Food.
Who was arrested? Do you have a name?
Nah, someone I didn't recognize. But they seem to know the place really well. You know, didn't ask where the toilets were. Knew the drinks without looking at the menu. I'd never seen them in there before.
Can I do an insight to think that they're being straight up?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, sorry, I rolled twice again.
That's okay.
13. 13 would be the first one, yeah.
Yeah, the 13. It seems they're being truthful. They really don't want you to kill them.
Seems to be telling the truth. Sorry, go ahead.
If we pay you, will you point them out to us?
Point who out?
Can you get us to them? The person that was arrested.
You'll be lucky. No, I can't get you in there. No one goes in or out of there.
I think they're still in the jail then, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Ah,
They're in the holes. Underneath Castle Never. You... No one comes in or out of there freely.
this might be a job for Omen Express. I've heard that money can talk. I've never heard it talk, but I heard that it can do that.
You'll be lucky. Since the incident with the eruption, Lord Neverember's been rebuilding the castle as a top priority. He's chucked all the taxes up massively, and most of the restoration gone into the castle and the forts underneath it. His people are very well paid, loyal. They won't cough. Trust me, I've tried.
What's your name?
Mogul. Mogul Vloot. Work for the Thieves Guild. Local.
How about this? I will pay you to be our guide. Put you on a side payroll, so to speak.
Guide to what?
We've
The
got
city.
business in the city, and having a local would be helpful.
I mean, I can get you the who's who, but I mean, yeah. I don't know how helpful I can be. I'm good at thieving. I'm a good thief. I've never been in the holes. Only people who go in there are the one who've committed like big crimes, you know, like high crimes, punishable by death crimes.
Hey,
How long ago did you say this happened?
Just the other night.
That could be our person of interest. It could not be as well. We should maybe perhaps go ahead.
inquire,
Yeah, go ahead.
inquire with the nice bartender.
Yeah. Get some more scuttlebutt. That's the right word, right? Scuttle. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but scuttlebutt. Words.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. In fact, Mogul, I would like you to go to your Thieves Guild and inquire about a person named Opal Descartes.
Oh,
Try to see if you can hunt this person down. They should be somewhere in the Black Lake district.
I've never heard of them.
Go ask your friends.
I'll do that.
We'll be staying here, I believe. We've already paid for rooms, right? Yeah, staying here. He's thinking to himself mostly.
Don't suppose there's a chance of cash up front, is there?
Sigra will open her coin pouch and just kind of... She'll use Minor Illusion to make it extra shine. Wait, I have a thing for this. Do I have a thing for this?
Little flourish. Little rainbow.
I think I actually have a spell that, like, fibs the... It's an Acquisitions Incorporated spell. It basically alters the appearance of the value of something, and I'm going to double the appearance value of my gold. And so she opens her coin pouch and then very deliberately takes out 5 pieces and hands over.
There's more where that came from.
Can I help with that as well? And use Arcanist Magic Aura to give it a false aura and make it look like it's magical. So you're handing over magical gold.
Wow. Wow, yeah. He takes the gold. She takes the gold. Oh, don't worry about me. I'm loyal. I'll make sure. I'll go and ask about the thing. And don't worry. I won't tell anyone that you're operating in the city. I'm not a rat.
Before you go, Neverwinter legal system, even those in the hull, are they entitled to legal representation?
Well, they've already been found guilty by the time they're in there. All the trials are done with. How many people who... Well, I don't know. Guards can come in and out. Ask around. Maybe some people work... Ask the guards, maybe. They'll be able to tell you more if you're not too obvious.
Okay.
She scurries away.
Yeah. Before we get too excited, now that that our friend is gone, I mean, I'm just conjecturing that Opal has been captured. Opal could be watching us right now. Opal could be in the tavern where we were looking, or not. But
yes,
it does sound also too coincidental as well.
Mogul, are there a lot of shifters in the city?
You asking Mogul?
Yeah.
Are they like stop on their way out of the alley?
By the way.
Subtle.
What, you mean like lycanthropes?
Yes.
Don't know. I'm not the only were-rat. We have a book club on Tuesdays.
What about changelings?
Don't know.
Do the changelings have a book club?
I don't know. Look, I only know other were-rats because we used to all work at this mine. It was called the Golden Toe Mine. Or the Dragon's Toe Gold Mine. Something like that. They used to, you know, were-rats were kind of cheap labour.
Well, now you're expensive labor.
Yeah, you bet. Alright. Scurry around the corner. What would you like to do?
Let's go back into the tavern. I believe we left our table. I have a quail to finish.
And I look around quick before we go in. Is there a tailor close by?
I mean, you could find a tailor. You're in a reasonably wealthy district.
Okay, I'll be right back. I have to go get some threads, just in case I need to be Opal's legal representation. And I will find a tailor and get as fine a jacket, sport suit as I can find and get it tailored on short notice.
Yeah, I mean, how much are you willing to invest in this here?
No, I'll go. I'll spend 50 gold and get top to toes.
Ooh.
A nice hat, coat, little tie.
So when Albert returns to the bar, they look fancy.
Shoulder pads?
Is this part of your training from your monastery, your monk training, the fancy clothes?
No, that's Jimmy. He He's always well dressed.
Is he your
The nice
deity?
food- He was my boss. He ran his business out of the inn, or out of the tavern down there in Waterdeep.
All right, Jimmy. Sounds like someone I should meet someday.
He gets things done.
So, as you all return to the bar, how would you like to proceed with your lines of inquiry?
Do we want to check out the room one more time, or? Nah. No. I'm gonna finish my quail. Leave a tip.
We should talk to the barkeep.
I think Segra would try to keep an eye out for any familiar faces that might still be in the tavern now compared to before.
There are some familiar faces that were there earlier on. Some look like regulars. There has been a large change of people, though. It's, there are nobles, so it's not to be seen to be drinking all the time. But as you perhaps are thinking on this, is there anything that you wish to know?
Segra?
Yeah.
Segra wants to know what's the fastest way to get this over with, because she wants to go back to Waterdeep and she wants to make her desk extremely extravagant. She wants to get another successful operation under her belt.
So, as you think on how this is going to go down, a large amount of information comes to you whilst you are ruminating over your meal. Yeah, it's difficult to say how you know this, but you know it, and you also have the wisdom to apply it.
It's the info dump card.
Castle Never was destroyed and is currently being rebuilt. As we've already mentioned, large taxes going into the rebuild efforts. Neverwinter's worst offenders, murderers, traitors, and tax cheats are imprisoned beneath the ruins, called the Holes. Trying to free someone from the Holes is a good way to end up in the Holes. Anyone in the Holes has already been found guilty by Lord Neverember of high crimes, punishable by death. Executions take place once each 10 day at noon. The next execution occurs 2 days from when you discover this. Now, during executions, guards are numerous and powerful people show up to see justice dispensed. Rescuing one of the condemned from the gallows would be a nearly impossible feat. Only one known entrance leads into the Holes from the main level of Castle Never. That level is being rebuilt, so bricklayers, stonemasons, and untrained hirelings are common throughout. A minimum of 4 guards, 3 veterans stand watch at the entrance, and 7 more guards and 3 veterans do the same within the Holes. On the day before an execution, friends and family of prisoners are allowed to visit to bring the condemned a last meal. A secret passage is said to access the Holes from a cave on the shore of Black Lake, but this is only a rumor, which you, with this wisdom, know may not be fruitful.
I think the way that this kind of manifests is as everyone's eating, Sigra pulls out her sending stone and she's just kind of doing the Kenku Fu. She's looking through like Google Fu, like Kenku Fu. And she is like scrolling through, doing a bunch of research, answering a few important sending mails, and she just sort of slams it down and says, "All right, I've got a plan, I think," and then she will info dump the rest of everything to the party. So, on the day before the execution, friends and family are able to enter and bring in a meal. This is perhaps something we can use to our advantage.
The old file in the bread loaf trick. I like it.
Well, if we're talking about making a plan now, right? This is the part where we make a plan. Maybe.
Yes, this is the
Yes.
planning
I should offer that I can disguise myself through magic, through my teachings.
Out of character, we should be aware that the session will be wrapping up soon, and if we could find tasks for Kroll and Owlbear to do, which are not directly involved in the thing, that would be great dynamically for story. Especially if we can tie your character in with cameo roles later on.
But I just wanted to offer that. I'm going to go ask around some more about Opal, if that's all right. And I actually will disguise myself as an idea. You know, unless you have tasks for me that you want to give me.
But how is your baking skill? I like this idea about the bread, putting a foil
Yes.
in the bread. Can you bake?
Can't bake.
Owlbear, can you
learn?
bake?
No. Sorry.
If you spend enough time in a situation where you can't go anywhere or do anything, it's very strange the things you learn very quickly about baking.
I could. Well, what I can do is I can go down the street to the bakery.
Yeah.
And, you know, the baker was a pretty decent looking guy. I saw him when we walked in. I can work my owlbear magic and get him to bake us a loaf of bread.
Perhaps you could offer him legal assistance in exchange for bread.
I can do that. Adomo Esquire, at your service. I also can mention that, you know, the Dorncrest family down in Waterdeep hired my firm. Their third only child got mixed up with a shady group down there in Waterdeep. They changed their name to Opal. Well, they are going by Opal. And rumor is they came up north to Neverwinter. The family, a wealthy merchant family, is looking for them and are willing to pay a significant, if at all possible, if they are in legal trouble. I can work the legal action. But if nothing else, if I start spreading that might help us learn if Opal is already in the jail. And I will go to the baker as well.
Tamlin mentioned that they wanted to ask about Opal, right? Were you going to start with the bartender? When you
Sorry, I was muted. Yes, I would perhaps start inquiring again. I believe I tried the passphrase on the bartender, but then I would ask specifically. There was a kerfuffle just a few days ago about somebody getting captured. Yes. Yes. You were going to offer something. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay, guys. Yeah, no, it's a real shame. Opal's been coming here for ages, always in different faces, but you know they got arrested for something. They say she's a tax frauder. Well, they are a tax fraudster.
Oh, the city arrested her.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't know why, really.
Just like a couple days ago, you said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Friendly person. Changed. Not lycanthrope. Just somebody who likes different faces.
Yeah, no, not like a changing.
Huh. I understand that. Oh, that's too sad. Is there any kind of news on what's happening with them?
Well,
they're in the holes. Is that right? Is that where you put people?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Afraid nothing comes out of the holes.
That's not good news. But thank you for the information. And I will take more cocoa, I guess. Because I went to the bartender for a reason. I actually, Crawl is actually having cocoa now. He likes it. It's new. But I got one for everyone. You know, so everyone gets cocoa. I just got confirmation that the person arrested was Opal. Rather well known here. And they know that she changes faces all the time, too. It's not something she hides, it seems. So I'm surprised she hasn't broken out of the prison yet, actually. That would seem to think that she can do that. Well, better than most, maybe.
If they
But-
know she can do it, they probably have safeguards around it.
That's a good point.
It's problematic.
Well, that confirms it, though. That's what we need to do. Well,
Violet bread loaf. Classic.
File in the bread loaf.
I can also make myself appear to be not me for about an hour. I can show you now, but I wouldn't be able to do it again.
We might need you for a distraction.
I can do
Day
that.
of.
I can do that. I can run really fast if I have to.
If they start chasing you, don't stop until you get back to Waterdeep. And make sure you dive into headquarters. Edith can hide you in her closet.
As long as you're not seen.
Yes. She keeps some beef jerky in there so you can stay as long as you need to.
I'm very good at not being seen, so that I can do.
But
Right.
you want to be seen sometimes,
Yes. Well,
just not the whole time.
As you plan.
fading a shadow.
Yeah. As you plan,
Drink
we'll
my cocoa.
pan the camera up, drinking cocoa and being merry. There's only one thing left in this episode. Chicanery. You're not sure how it happens, but it's like the message cantrip, but you can tell it's super long range. Do you remember the halfling assistant to Cryovane?
Yes.
They message you. Chicanery. Do you read me? This isn't like message, we can talk freely.
Yes. Yes, I do.
I'm trying to think of a new name for this spell. I don't really know much about naming things. I'm thinking the long distance talk whilst you're walking around and communicate freely spell, but it's not really catching.
It's sending well.
Good signal. Good.
Yes.
Chicanery, you're currently the most, well, apart from Segra, the most qualified individual in the field. Now, Segra's talents lean towards people and management, but we noticed how your talents lean more towards business and planning.
That is true.
Well, I would like to offer you an opportunity for when you've finished your missions.
I'm ready to accept.
Cryovane is old. Cryovane is ill. He needs to pass the business on to someone. His two nephews want to take over the business, but they are young dragons with little knowledge. If you can beat them, if you can prove that you are more worthy than them, the cleanup crew could be yours.
I will do my best.
And that is where we're going to wrap up this week's session of the cleanup crew.
So who was the person who gave us the deck of many things as a donation or whatever? it was?
That is Jenna. Jenna was one of the regular players in the first two seasons of the cleanup crew.
Oh my!
And she's hanging out in chat right now.
Nice, Jenna. I wish I'd wished harder, but it's well done.
It came to you. It came to you.
Yeah.
In that time of need. So, we're gonna go around and wrap up. We're gonna say goodbye to everyone. Tell us who you are, where we can find you online. Then we're gonna talk about sponsors, run some credits, and move on to our next show. So let's go the opposite way around and start with Stella. Stella Luna.
Hello, I am Stella Luna. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I do things of the artsy fartsy kind and various types of TTRPGs. We do cutesy things like Dungeons and Doggies, Cats and Catacombs, Pokemon D&D, and fun stuff like that. Thank you so much, Stump and Tamalin, for hanging out with us here today. Y'all did great, and I had a good time.
Next round we go to Tamlin. Daniel.
Oh dear, this was fun. It went by so fast. Thank you, Stella. Yes, and everybody else, thank you so much. It was a lot of fun. You can find me at Tamlin, as it's spelled Tamlaeyn. Well, I gotta look at that. And but that's on Twitter, and you'll find me there with all things gaming on there, video games, as well as tabletop games and just discussions of good media. Also, I didn't mention this earlier, but people say, what do you do for a living? Well, I speak Adobe. That's how I usually say. I do all of the Adobes, the Photoshops, the videos, and stuff like that. I'm a digital media person. So I'm not streaming yet. I'm playing with it. Nope. And that's where you can find me, though, at Tamlin. I will post our home game shenanigans there. Thank you.
Fantastic, and thank you. It's been a pleasure. Next round, we have Stump.
I am O_Stump, the right above me on Twitter. Feel free to add me. I love to talk tabletop role-playing games or about anything, grandkids, whatever. I will soon be streaming, as I now have lots of time on my hand. So hopefully in the near future, I will have a channel, and now that I have all this time, I will be hanging around more in the chat again. So good to see you. Hopefully I will be seeing everybody again in the future.
Wonderful to have you back around, Stump. Wonderful. Last but most certainly not least, evidently from that last bombshell, Chantel B.
Hey, I'm Chantel B. It has been wonderful having it's been lovely having you. It's just been wonderful. It's been a great game. It's been so fun. I am still reeling from Chicanery's potential rise back to the top. You can find me at Chantel B on Twitter. You can find me at wordswithcolor.com with a U, because I'm a Brit. You can find me tomorrow at Do Respite. Our normal game, Eternium Gate, is on a mid-season break, but we have a one-shot called Crossrip LA that is going to be great, and there will be some faces that you haven't seen on the channel, and I'm really excited. It's going to be so fun.
Fantastic. Well, everyone, also check out us and our sponsors. Head over to our Discord. We've got Discord, Twitter, and YouTube there. Check them all out. Check out our sponsors, Hero Forge. We'll be doing some work with them tomorrow, as we're going to start designing minis live on stream again. And also check out the Deck of Many, which is where our bombshells mostly came from today. Also, check out Mage Hand Press for all of your 5e expansions. They currently have a 25% discount on all of their PDFs. And check out Dungeon Fog, who also have made a wonderful map tool that you can create beautiful maps with, and you can get a 10% discount on their premium features using the code Scratticus. Before we wrap, we're going to pan away to Barovia. Where Philip sits in a throne. You see him doing the universal cantrip for message. Semantic components. Just hearing going, yes? Interesting. Really? I just need to get out of Barovia, back to the Sword Coast. Interesting. And who else is running for the position? Chicanery. Never heard them. And 2 nephews. Interesting. Fade to black. So everyone, Until next time, keep on evoking emotions. We'll be back in just over half an hour. Alice is going to be running some Call of Cthulhu. Kaya needed to take this week off to move house. So Alice is taking the DM seat, and she's going to be running some spoopy horror. So look forward to that in just about, I think, about 40 minutes. Until next time, keep on evoking emotions, and we'll see you later on. Bye.